Hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, so in the last video we started with loops and we did the for loop. Well, there's one that's similar to the for loop, kind of maybe a little bit easier to understand for some people, and they both have their place. So the for loop is basically when you want it to do something a specific amount of times, and that's just how it's going to be. Then there's something called a while loop, and you're basically telling it while a specific condition is true, then do this, otherwise don't do it. So let's look at that. So unlike the for loop, we actually have to declare our variable outside of it. So we'll use x again, and we'll use 0. Now, it's a very similar syntax. If I do while, I do the parentheses and then the curly brackets. However, in here, all I'm going to put is x is less than 10. And I'm going to put document.write, and then I'm going to put x. So what I can do is I can actually show you what number it's actually writing to the screen. Now you'll see I just adjusted that. That doesn't matter. It's personal preference. On the loops like this, I usually keep them together. It wouldn't have mattered if there was space there or not. That's just personal preference. Okay, so now you're saying, okay, well that's great. I'm going to write this to the screen, but you're not telling me how to increment x. X is still 0 and it's less than that, so it's just going to write 0 basically to the screen, and it's just going to do that a bunch of times. Well, if you remember on the for loop we did the x++. Well, you'll do the same thing here. However, you're going to do it within the loop itself. So that's when you increment the variable, because the variable is actually not in the parentheses here, so you don't want the x++ in the parentheses. So now if we save that and we run it, it's going to say 0 through 9. Again, if I wanted to do a line break, I could just do plus and then br, just like the HTML line break. And there it is, 0 through 9, all on a separate line. So again, a while loop basically is just telling it while a specific condition is true, in this case, while it's less than 10. And again, you can increment this however you want. If I want to increment it by 2, there it is. Okay, so I get the 5 numbers on the screen for that, up to 8. And won't go up to 10 because I didn't tell it less than 10. However, I can do less than or equal to, and now it'll put 10. So knowing some of the math operators like that really helps. So less than, greater than, less than and equal to, greater than and equal to would look like this. Okay, so knowing those helps. But yeah, that's a while loop in a nutshell. Real simple, real easy. A lot of people like this better than a for loop, and it really does have its place. And you'll notice they both have their place, and where a for loop will work, a lot of times a while loop won't, and where a while loop will work, a for loop usually doesn't. So as you program longer, you'll start to know when to use which one. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.